Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is RJ. So today we're dropping back into Rollercoin. It's the last but one day before season 7 ends. So we're going to be looking at how our account is doing, how we have progressed through season 7, and I'm going to be talking about what I'm going to be doing for season 8. So keep watching. Okay, and welcome to another video. And remember, if this is your first time visiting my channel, and you want to learn more about how to earn cryptocurrency for free, about cloud mining sites, crypto investments, and lots of other crypto related stuff, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tag that notification bell so you're alerted to all my latest content as it comes online. Okay, so as you can see, we are here in my Rollercoin account, and like I say, it's the last but one day before the end of the season. So tomorrow is the last day. It is the 31st of March 2023. The last day is the 1st of April. So whatever you do, make sure, like it says up here, get spending that RLT. Make sure you are spending it all, because after tomorrow, anything that you have in the way of RLT is going to be completely wiped out from your account. So please make sure you are spending it, whether you're buying parts boxes, whether you're buying miners, whether you're buying the White Walker loot box, whatever it is, just spend that RST and benefit from it and don't lose out. Okay, so for those of you that have not been into your account recently, this has now popped up basically saying parts technical update. We are conducting a big technical update related to parts, which is expected to be completed by the end of March 31st. During this time, you may experience missing parts on your balance, but no worries. All the operations with parts, merging, crafting, trading on the marketplace, and opening parts cases are still available. And that's it. So that is obviously for those of you that have not gone into your account recently, this has popped up. So just be aware that if you do go into your balance or whatever, you might see that there are parts missing. The only thing that bothers me is it says during this time you may experience missing parts in your balance, but no worries. Doesn't say that they're gonna make sure you get them back, but it just says no worries. Okay, so anyway, that is the technical update that they are currently doing. So the last time we were in here was 2 weeks ago, and 2 weeks ago, if we just run through the numbers, 2 weeks ago our mining power or hashing power was at 129.248 petahashes. You can now see we're 136.321 petahashes, and I will talk about that later. How that's been boosted. Our bonus has basically not changed because we haven't purchased any new miners, and I haven't actually merged any new miners recently. And if we go into our ePass, we can look at how we are progressing. So 2 weeks ago we were at level 35. You can now see we are at level 41. Now, what has that done? That has brought the RLT balance down to the desired 200 RLT, which is what I aim for before I basically purchased the complete pass. We are now at that. If we look in my RLT, you can see we have 193 RLT. Now, I did deposit. You can see here, I actually deposited a bit of BTC because I was worried that with not quite enough days left, if I would actually hit the 200. We are 7 RLT short, so we're gonna just do that for the moment. So if we just if we go max and then just buy 7, well, let's 8 just to be sure. So here we go. So if we just buy that, obviously there's no mini event on at the moment, so we're not benefiting from any gaining any sort of multiply or anything like that. It is purely to get that 200 so we can purchase the rest of the items in the season pass. But the other thing that is really big, which obviously I mentioned in the video, is RST. Now, what I was trying to do with my RST here was I was trying to hit 10,000 so we could go in here, go to the season store and purchase this miner for 418 terahashes. But obviously it doesn't look like I'm going to hit my 10,000 anyway. But I had reconsidered this because of the new merging. Now, there was an update put out about the new merging, and I'm not going to go through it. Basically, it's just a lot of mathematical equations and long-winded explanations as to why they're doing this. But at the end of the day, they are doing it, so there's not a lot we can do. I've hunted, well, I've not hunted around, but I've seen around on the various discords. People are basically saying that the aspect of the merging has pretty much been increased by 10 times, which is a little bit daunting, because that is essentially a requirement of 10 times the amount of items to merge your miners. Which obviously just makes things a bit more difficult. But obviously they are going to wipe out all the RST. I don't know if they are going to make any more changes to the season store. There might be something coming there. I'm not 100%. But basically, because of this change in merges and the higher requirement for parts, what I decided to do, even if I'd hit 10,000, was essentially to spend all my RST on parts, which then also is connected with what I'm looking to do for season 8, but we will talk about that in a second. So obviously, for those of you that have never used the season store and have somehow just built up RST and not really knowing what to do with it, so basically you have all these items in here. Obviously these 3 here are miners, this is a loot box, and then these are parts boxes. So basically with my 9,274, we're just going to be opening a load of parts boxes. I will just go through one of each, and then we'll stop the video, and then I will basically do all the rest, and then we can come back and have a look at what my haul of parts is. Okay, right, so don't want to bore you guys to death with that, so we're gonna just pause the video, and then we're gonna come back in a second, so keep watching. Okay, so as you can see with my RST, we're about halfway through, and I have to say this is taking a lot longer than I expected. I mean, I'm starting to fall asleep because just doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I tell you, if you've got a serious amount of RST like this, up to like about 10,000, they really need to put a bulk buy button in, so you can just like buy, you know, 5 or 10 cases at one time. It is taking forever. Anyway, let's quickly see how we're getting on. So I didn't show it, but basically before we started opening the cases, I had about 3,000 fans, or just over 3,000 fans, about 3,200 fans, and I had about 4,300 wires and a similar amount in hashing boards, about 4,300 hashing boards. So if we go in here to the merge, we can see now halfway through we're up to 13,000. So that's about 10,000 more fans we've gained. Again, nearly 14,000 there. So again, about getting close to 10,000, about 12,000 or 13,000 there. So about 9,000 hashing boards we've gained. So I will continue to do this. The other nice thing is we have also had one of these. So a nice gold 600 hashing boards, and we also had a 600 wire case. So obviously they're all nice bonuses, but we've still got nearly 4,000 left to go. So I'll be back in a sec. Keep watching. And for those of you that don't know a whole lot about Rollercoin but think it looks like a fun and interesting way to earn yourself some free crypto, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to a tutorial in the description. Now that's going to give you a lot more information and a better understanding of how the program works and what you need to be doing to get your accounts up and running and earning yourself some free coins. But if you go right the way to the end of this video, that link will be there also, so you can just click straight on it and get watching. Okay, so as you can see, we've pretty much gone through all of them. We've got like about 36 left. By tomorrow, as I am mining RST 100%, and I have been for the last few days to basically build up as many RST as possible. By tomorrow, we probably have another couple of hundred, so we can go through those and obviously get ourselves some more cases. So in that run of about 4,000, we did get a nice 600 common fan case, and we also got another 600 wire case. We didn't get another 600 hashing case, but again, you know, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So if we dive in the merging again, we'll see how we got on. So we did have was it like 1,300 or something like of them, nearly 1,400. So we gained 5,000 or so in that run. We got up to 21,000 wires, and that was at like what was that, 14,000. So that was about 13,000. This was about 14,000 or 15,000, and this was at 12. So with that, we've gained about 7,000 on the hashing boards. So, you know, it's not a bad haul. What I would say is, if you just go into the inventory to get it slightly bigger, is with all these technical updates they're talking about, what I would probably do is take a screenshot of your inventory. So then if anything does go wrong, if they do any updates and you come in here and it's all disappeared, you've then got proof of what you had in your account. You can send it to support and they will sort it out. And talking about support, I want to give a big shout out to the Rollercoin support, actually, because some of you might have seen me posting messages in various places around Discord. But anyway, one day, and it was just shortly after the last update we had, when they did some maintenance, not this time, but last time, we had 129 petahashes. When I came in here after the update, I only had 106, so I'd lost 23 petahashes. So it was 129, yeah, and I came in and there was 106, so I'd lost 23 petahashes. I dropped their support a couple of messages. They said for me to be patient. They said they were working on it. And yesterday when I came in, my petahashes had been restored. So that is obviously absolutely brilliant. It's great to know that they are keeping an eye on their support and they are resolving issues when they occur. So like I said, that is very nice, and they did restore my account back to basically the power that it should have had. So basically, there's another thing that has come out as well, which is really good for you guys that do the mini games. If we click here, it says get 2 times mining power with each game played, which obviously is absolutely brilliant for those of you that are having to rely on playing the games to get mining power and to boost your account. So now you're going to get twice the amount, which again I think is a really nice upgrade to the site, because, you know, I obviously, as always, you know, you guys out there with the lower accounts, I do think that you need that basically these platforms do need to take care of you. I have said recently on videos that I do think that a lot of these sites just sort of lose sight of the fact that essentially if they take care of the smaller accounts, smaller accounts eventually will become bigger accounts, which then put more positive input to the platform. So for me, I think taking care of the small accounts is very important. So it's good to see that they have brought that update for you guys. So the other thing I was talking about is Season 8. Don't worry, we will get to purchasing Complete Pass very shortly, but I just want to talk about Season 8 and what my plans are. So obviously, as we know, recently Rollercoin have been absolutely blitzing us with these mini events. They've got the seasons, so they don't have any kind of gap between them. So everything is just piled on top of one another. I've already seen members of my Discord, or our Discord, should I say, members of our Discord, saying that, you know, that they're actually going to leave playing the games for a while, and all they're going to be doing is focusing on what they've got in their account right now and withdrawing. And that is pretty much the sentiment of a few people. I think people are just getting fed up with it. They're getting fed up with not having any kind of break between seasons, between events, because we used to, and it was nice. You'd have a week off or 2 weeks off to either focus on something else or let your fingers recover from all the playing of the mini games. But now that is not happening, and like I say, I think people are getting fed up with it. They're getting burnt out on the platform, and I do think that Rollercoin need to go back to at least having some small breaks between seasons. Anyway, obviously they've already announced Season 8. It does look like it's pretty much going to start straight away after Season 7. So what am I going to do? Well, basically what I am planning to do is focus on merging all of the big miners that I've already got in my account. So obviously, you know, we've got a lot of these demolishers. I've got a lot of these jack-o'-lanterns. I'm basically going to be focused on merging all of those. Also as well, the other thing I'm going to be looking at, and I have got a few of these already, and I do think that these are absolutely brilliant for you guys with the low accounts, because this is going to boost your accounts without you having to do a lot, apart from just to sort of save up a bit of RLT. So these hashes, I mean, they're gone up now. I bought a couple yesterday and they were at 8 RLT. They've gone up now. So basically, hang on. These are going to give you 5% boost to any miner you put on. So if you put a demolisher on there, it's going to give you a 5% boost on the demolisher power. If you put a different type of miner, it will give a 5% boost on that miner. Obviously, you can also as well pick one of these up. This is only going to give you a 2% boost, but right now they are at a pretty low price. But it's still 2% on every miner. It's not just on, you know, the overall. It's on any. So if you've got a miner that is, say, you know, 200 gigahashes, you put that on, you're going to get a 2% boost on that. And that's another thing I'm looking to do, is basically replace all of my racks with 5% racks. If we look here, if we go into, I've shown this before, but if we go into here, you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 5% racks. I've got a couple of the 0.5%, and they don't give a great amount. Obviously, it's 0.5%. But just on this, I think this is like a petahash. So if we go back in here, this is a petahash miner. Obviously, I know not all of you have petahash miners, but it's going to give you an idea. So if we go info, you can see here, that is, I'm sure that's 1 million. That's 1 million gigahashes, which is a petahash. And that's going to give me 54,000 gigahashes purely as a bonus from that rack. If we look at some of the lower miners, Like, I mean, these racks only give a 0.5, but if I click on this, this is an El Monstro that's been merged. That's still going to give me 1400 gigahashes as a bonus. If I click on the same one that's on a 5% rack, that's going to give me 14,000. Over 14,000 gigahashes as a bonus. And basically that is sort of what I'm looking to do. So basically, the reason why I might be not getting involved with Season 8, I left that part out, so we go over this. So basically, as I've said, is Season 8 is coming straight after. If they do the same thing that they did with this season, which is essentially give relatively low miners, but give lots of them with the idea of forcing us to merge them to make better miners, I'm probably not going to get involved. So, like, if we go in here, a lot of these miners are pretty low. I mean, if, we scroll down, we go to, I mean, this one's like, 152, that's 114. I think this one is like 213. But when you compare it to like other seasons, when you've had ones for like I've just shown you, a full petash, 500 gigahash, 250 gigahash, and they're the low one. The low one's like 250,000 gigahashes, but the top prize is like a petahash or more. So if it's like the old style where we're getting really high miners, but with say less days. So let's say they drop the season down to 2 months, but they give us much higher level miners, I will probably get involved in that. But if they do another 4-month season, but with low miners, and the idea is that you merge them, I probably won't be getting involved. I will probably just focus on merging all the miners I've got and boosting the racks, and basically replacing all my racks, because the way I look at it is if I can merge all of these and all of my demolishers, all of my jack-o'-lanterns, anything I've got I can merge and then replace all of my racks with 5% racks, I think that the power I gain will either be higher or at least equal to what you're going to get in Season 8. And essentially that will give me time off. That will just give me time off. And then basically what I'm going to do is I will put my power, because we're going to, and I'll do it now. So obviously we're 100%. Oh, in fact, actually I need to leave that for one day because I need to see if I can build up my RST to get some more boxes, don't I? But basically when this season is all said and done, I will basically be putting my BTC to about 60 to 70%, and my RLT to something like 40%, depending on what the season's doing. Like I say, if we go back to the old style with less days but higher quality miners, like 2 months but with really good high level miners, I will get involved, and then the way I set up my power might be slightly different. But if it's the same as this season, that's what I'll do. I'll probably set my BTC to about 60%, my RLT to maybe 40%, and then I will just be basically getting all the new racks and merging all of my miners. I might put maybe 10% of RST, and just depending on what they do with the season store, because obviously we'll need to be claiming more parts, because the ones we've just claimed will not basically be able to upgrade all the miners I've got. But that's the idea. So it depends on what happens with Season 8, depends on whether I get involved with it or not. But like I say, there's already people, saying that they might give it a miss. A lot of people have already just, stopped playing the games, in this season, even though there's a couple of days left. You know, and people are just saying they want to break, and I don't blame them, and I really don't blame them, and I do think it's something that Rollercoin does need to look at, because I just think having everything so, you know, no breaks whatsoever is just going to get people burnt out. They're just going to get fed up with it, and so, you know, you're going to get to like season 9, and people are just going to go, I can't even be bothered. I'm just going to leave it, and you're just going to get a lot of people that are just not even going to get involved with season 9. But anyway, we have to wait and see what Rollercoin do with that. So, if we drop into the season pass, we're going to purchase this now. So we've got 201 RLT. We're going to get all of these. Obviously, all of the miners I do get, along with the miners I have got, I will be merging. The lower ones like this, so I might merge them, but then sell them, because what I'm trying to do is, you know, someone pointed out that I do have a lot of low miners still on my rack. So what I might do is look to sell all my low miners, and then basically just replace them with bigger miners with the RLT that I get. Obviously, I know you guys are probably sat there saying, well, I thought you were going to give them all away. And we tried it. I guess I should give it, maybe I will give it another go as a live stream, and see if we can get you guys some of these low miners before I decide to sell them. But obviously, you know, the last time we tried it, it was a bit of a disaster, and I think that's why I've not revisited it. But obviously, I'm always trying to help you guys. Okay, so let's get all these prizes. So obviously, they're probably all going to appear down this left-hand side. So let's keep an eye. Currently, let's have a look. Currently, our power is 136 petashes, 0.32. Admittedly, the last time we did this, they didn't get added. The extra power didn't get added for about 2 days. So some of it might, some of it might not. I'm not quite sure, but I think the last time we tried it, it was all exciting, and then when we looked at the power, it hadn't changed, and it got changed about 2 days later. Anyway, here we go. So we're going to buy this. Here we go. So successful purchase. Okay, so we've got everything. Obviously, we're not going to buy that again. We've still got 41 RLT left. Excuse me. If we go back to our store, and then we did have 81. We've now got 89 items in here. Our power, as I said, has not changed. Our bonus has not changed. Because also remember, I don't know if it's happened already, but it will definitely be happening in Season 8. Any bonus power you have in your inventory will no longer count towards your account. So it's only basically what is on your shelves now is what counts. So if we scroll through here, you can see I've got tons of these little miners. I saved them all up for you guys. There's all my Volkswagens. There's my 3 record players. We've already got... I've already merged 2 of those, and we've got 1 here. We've got our extra skateboard there. Ooh, I think, is that it? We've got radios there. Yeah, and then, as you guys know, I mean, months ago, I bought 20 of these racks. Oh, we got some smaller ones as well, with the idea of, again, selling them at really low prices to help you guys out. And I've still got them. I've still got most of the racks. That's why I've got 89 items in here, because basically everything in there was everything I saved for you guys to sell them to you on that live stream. But I am going to do it again. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that again. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm not going to have my camera on, because I think it's my camera which is really slowing down the feed. Even though it's only a couple of seconds, I think that might be, if I don't have my camera on, I think that might make the difference and help you guys out when I put the stuff on the marketplace. I really do. Just remember though, obviously I am doing it just to help you guys out. So should things go wrong again, please don't give me a hard time. You know, because like I say, it's best intentions, and I am just trying to help you guys out. So also as an added bonus, if we look at the drop down, we gained another 5,488 RST, which obviously I am then going to purchase parts with. Obviously, the funny thing is, if I had looked, I could have bought the miner and still had money, still had RST for parts. But like I say, I decided all I wanted to get was parts because of this new update to the merging. So that is what we're going to stick with anyway. So that will get spent on parts as well. Yeah, so obviously that just gives us probably, hopefully, a good few hundred, if not thousand, of extra parts there. So that's cool. Okay, so I've just gone through the painstaking task of buying a lot more crates. We've gone through the 5,888 RST that we had from getting the complete pass. So we've only got 16 left. I still will build up enough over from now till tomorrow to probably purchase a few more crates as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the merging, and we're going to look to merge some miners. So obviously, originally, or when we finished our first lot of RST, we had around about, what was it, like 19,000 or something like that, around about. So we've gained about another 10,000 or so on each one of those, which is great. So we're going to merge the camper van, we're going to merge the record player. The thing is that obviously merging these miners, the new miners, it's not that much of a problem because you start off at 0, so you're not losing anything. So you don't really need to worry about you know, about hanging on to the early one, like hanging on to one, because they're 0 anyway. So we're gonna and obviously we've got 41 RLT left over, so we're going to spend some of that and merge some of these miners. Okay, so, and we can merge that one, and we've got 2 left of that, so we can merge that as well. And we can merge the skateboard. I forgot to actually look at what I should have looked at, because obviously we had a load of so that would have been the highest powered one anyway, so that's fair enough. So I think we've got another 2 we can merge there, and it's giving you 500,000 terahashes or gigahashes, whatever it is. So essentially that's about, just between, by merging these 4, you're gaining a petahash basically. So we'll merge that as well. And we'll merge the other 2 of them. Okay, so we've basically, by doing that, we've spent all our parts. So if we dive back in here, and it hasn't cost us a lot, because we had 41, we've still got 34 left. So we're looking for a few gaps now that we can plonk some stuff. Obviously this power has not changed at all, so it probably but our bonus has, we were at 236 something, so we were at 236.32 or 82, I think that is. So we've actually gone up about 2% on that, so that's quite good. And we look at our total bonus power is now 96 petahashes. That is just from bonus power. And then also you got to remember that the shelves that we've got are like, we will get rid of, what's the power of that one? That's 500,000. That is 350,000. These are only 200 and something though. 286. That's what we'll do. Excuse me. Move these two items. And then what we'll do is we'll get our merge stuff and put up there. And then if we look there, just from that one, we're going to gain 20 odd thousand from that extra because of that 5% from the shelves. I don't know why one of those miners was there and the other one is down here, I'm guessing. Yep, there it is. And that is, okay, that's petahash. That's 550,000. 530,000. 700,000. If we go to here, I think we've got some lower ones. We've got, because that is 480 odd thousand, that one. See, this is the problem with the shelves though. This is the big problem, is that when you get them, you then have to start rearranging everything, because you'll always want to have your best miners on your shelves. So that's 350,000. I think the one here was 350 as well. Was it this one? 350,000, yeah. So if we click that, move to items, and then we get a record player on there, which I think is 400 and something odd thousand. 400, yeah. So like I say, this is where you start, like, you know, you start having to move some of these smaller stuff and bring your bigger miners on. I mean, we're already up to 137, and I don't think, yeah, so, excuse me. So we're going to get rid of some of these smaller ones, and then we can just bring, I will sort these out onto their proper shelves, like the 5% and that kind of shelves later, but we just want to get these on and make sure they are up and running. So if we move to items, obviously every time you remove something you're always losing a bit. I think I actually had space there, yeah. Which again, it's a you know, obviously what I'm about to put a record player on there, which is you really want probably on one of the 5% shelves. But then you got to look at what other miners are on the 5% shelves, and is, you know, can you remove any, is there anything that's actually it was this one, wasn't it? I think was that 350,000? Yeah, 350,000. So if we move that to items, click move on that, so we can just move that over there, and then we go and get the ice lolly and put that back on this shelf. And that's what I say, that's the only thing with when you're doing these shelves is you're constantly moving stuff around, because you want to have your best miners on the shelves. But like I say, the idea is to get every single one of these shelves at a 5%. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I think we've pretty much got all of the best stuff that we had there. We might have one of the other there might be another merged miner somewhere. Whoops, somewhere down here. Oh well, there's a couple of those, and there's that's a 350,000. Yeah, and those El Monstros are like 288 odd thousand. So we definitely need to sort of have a look, maybe start moving some of these smaller miners down, and getting them on. And like I say, oh, there's a space there. that's the other thing as well, is you got to be, so they're 200 odd thousand. So if we put that one up there, that's another 350 odd thousand back in. So we're at 138.226, and I'm not finished. You know, there's still more juggling to do. I've still got those 2 El Monstros to do. So we're probably going to end up around about 139, 140 petahashes at the end of the day. Also, there might be more to be added, because like I say, the last season when I purchased the full pass, the full power wasn't actually added for about 1 or 2 days. So there could well be more of a change to that over the next couple of days. But anyway, we'll check that out in the next video. I hope you guys found the video helpful and informative. Obviously, I've let you guys know what I'm doing when it comes to Season 8, or the possibilities of what I might be doing. So I'm going to leave that there. If you are interested in that earlier video that I talked about, it's probably on your screen right now. So get clicking and get watching. And if you can, smash that like button, please. It really does support my channel, which then helps me make more content to help you. So take care, have a great rest of your week, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.